Hello friends, welcome back to Krista's Joyful Journey. I am out on another walk on another Sunday afternoon. Sundays are my rest days with the workout program that I'm doing, but I always try to, well, not always, I usually try to get out for a little bit of a walk. I'm just going probably for just 20 minutes today because I have pizza dough resting on the counter and I'm really hungry for pizza. I'm making a homemade pizza. I got this garlic and herb pizza dough from Trader Joe's and it smells amazing. So I pulled out some chicken that I had cooked in the crock pot and then put in the freezer. So I'm gonna make some chicken pizza today and I cannot wait. But I thought I would do my check-in with you guys first while I'm walking. It is a new month, yay for October. I have been on this every other month plan, apparently, non-spoken. Oh, that sun is bright. So I did not so great in July. It's my birthday month. I didn't really focus on food that much. I did start my workout program in July though, and I've been doing fantastic with that. And then August, I did really good. And then September, again, not so great. So now we're in October and I'm determined it's gonna be a good month. How do you like that shadow? Fabulous. But it is a new month. And so it's time to talk about some goals and my check-in for the month. And the biggest thing that I wanna talk about today, I'm gonna go this way. Let's see if the sun is gonna be annoying. I think it's going to be okay. I don't know if you can see the rays there, but the biggest thing I want to talk about is non-scale victories. I'm going to talk about that right up front because I think it's so important to have our eyes on other victories outside of what the scale says. And here's what's making me think about that today. I stood on the scale at the end of September. On October 1st, because every month I stand on the scale and I do my measurements. And in September, I had gained back 2 of the 10 pounds that I lost in August, which for me, that's a win, first of all. Knowing what a crazy month September was with my brother being in the hospital and all the fast food that I ate and just not focusing on nutrition as much in September, only gaining 2 pounds, I feel like that's a win. But I did my measurements as well, and I lost half an inch off of each of my legs and half an inch off my hips and half an inch off my arms altogether. So 2 inches altogether down, even though the scale went up 2 pounds. So that is to me like more important. It's more important to me that I slim down than for the scale to share that information. Scales, guys, can be evil little boogers. Like, sorry, that's a weird phrase, but scales aren't always an accurate picture of what's going on in our bodies. And it's not healthy for me, or probably anybody, to rely solely on, oh, look at that, that's good. To rely solely on what the scale is saying. I mean, it can be a good gauge to a degree, but I should do a test someday where I stand on the scale like every day for 10 days or something and watch how it fluctuates. Our body fluctuates based on water and bloating and sodium and all kinds of things that have to do with our nutrition. So while it's an okay thing to weigh yourself, I think it's dangerous. I need to turn around here. I think it's dangerous to focus only on what the scale is saying. So yeah, let's talk about non-scale victories. Let's talk about non-scale victories. What other things can we be paying attention to that can be more important or a better gauge of how we're doing than the scale? I think every little win can be a victory, not just what the scale says. So making a healthy choice at a meal when your last meal maybe wasn't so healthy, non-scale victory. Being able to button up a pair of pants that you couldn't a couple weeks ago. Non-scale victory. Losing 2 inches off of my body on a month where the weight went up. Non-scale victory. Every little win can be a victory, whether it has to do with a scale or not. That's why I like in these check-ins talking about our wins every week, because I love hearing from you what it is that you have made a positive choice about in the week. Sometimes some of you share with me your weight loss goals are being accomplished or you're moving in that direction, and that's fantastic. But there's so many other broader, different ways to gauge how we're doing in our health journey. It is most definitely not all dependent on the scale. So I would love to know from you, what are some non-scale victories? Even if you can't think of one for yourself, what are some things that we could be looking out for? Let's share a whole bunch of them. I need to give my arm a break. Let's share a whole bunch of them in the comments below, because it might help me to think of some things I didn't think of before. It might help you guys to read other people's comments and realize what could be considered a non-scale victory. Let's do it. Let's do it. All right, one more thing I want to talk about today, kind of give you a heads up and an invitation. One of my goals for October is to do a 5-day clean eating challenge. Dun, 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 dun. So later in the month, I don't have the dates in front of me because I'm walking. I'll put them in the description. Later in the month, mainly out of that Facebook group, which is also going to be linked in the description, I'm going to be doing a clean eating challenge where every day for 5 days, the goal is to eat clean and to move for 30 minutes. And all of us are at different levels of fitness, so that movement can be up to you, what you want to do. It could be standing up and walking around your house. It can be sitting in a chair and doing an arm workout. Whatever your level of fitness is, 30 minutes of movement and 5 days of clean eating. We'll share some recipes. We'll share motivation. It will be based in that Facebook group, but I would love to invite you to join me because that's one of my goals for the month. I want to find some new clean recipes, but I also want to challenge myself to do a whole 5-day clean eating challenge. Da, da, da. So fall is here, and the holidays are coming. They're right around the corner. Let's think of some fun fall recipes that we could use for that. I would love for you to share in that. So join us in the Facebook group if you would like. Even if not, join us for the challenge. Let me know if you're going to participate in that. And one, I'm going to come over here. It's shadier. One final thing. Oh yeah, that's better. The sun is behind a tree. One final thing is motivation for the week. And this is something that I love to remind myself of and to think about all the time as I'm working out and using weights and aiming towards being healthy. How about that beautiful background? Is that, oh, there's a flock of birds. Where'd they go? Oh, where'd they go? Well, they all just landed in the tree. Crap, I'm back in the sun. Is that discipline is just like a muscle. And what I mean by that is this. If you, and all of these kind of go together with other motivational thoughts that I've had before, but if you were to go to the gym and start wanting to lift weights, you definitely could not start with a super heavy weight. You'd hurt yourself. It would not be a good sight. It would not be a pretty sight. Oh crap, there's people out here. Shoot, I'll talk to you later. Hold on. I got embarrassed by a group of teenagers sitting outside of the by my YMCA. Oh, okay. If you go to the gym, you can't just lift up a heavy weight right away. You will hurt yourself. It would be super dangerous. But if you have a goal, you want to lift weights, you start light. You lift a little, and you continue to gradually increase that weight. Well, for me, I think discipline works the same way. If I try to change everything in my life all at once, it's like lifting a heavy weight. I'm gonna hurt myself, I'm gonna fail, it's not gonna work. But if I do little challenges, that's why I like to give myself monthly challenges. That's why I like to do things like this 5-day clean eating challenge. Little challenges along the way will increase that discipline muscle in my life so that later, maybe I need to have discipline. Maybe there's something coming up there, I don't know, God forbid I get some kind of heart disease or diabetes or something where all of a sudden I need to change how I'm eating for whatever reason. Now I've built up that muscle of discipline within myself so that becomes easier and more doable. So I think it kind of goes along with, it's a cinch to move an inch, but it takes a while to move a mile. Like it kind of goes along with all those other things, like to start small, make little goals or little challenges for yourself along the way, and watch that discipline develop in your life. Don't all of a sudden just be like, for the next year, I'm going to do this every day. Well, that's probably unrealistic. And then you're going to fail and you're just not going to continue with it. Speaking from experience. But if you just say, let's try this for 5 days or a week or 2 weeks or a month, and slowly build that up in your life, whatever that goal or challenge might be specific about it. Set yourself a timeline and build it slowly. Get those muscles stronger. We can do this, guys. We can do it. That's going to be it for me today. My arms are super tired from holding on my phone. Oh, and I'm headed back home. I just did a quick little 20 minutes today. But I love checking in with you. I love hearing how your health journeys are going. I would love to hear from you. What are some non-scale victories that we can be thinking about? And let me know if you're interested in participating in a 5-day clean eating and movement challenge later this month. I would love to have you join me. All right, that's it. I will talk to you soon. Thank you so much for stopping by.